Hi everyone, I thought it was time to upload a new video. I haven't uploaded in a while and I think this is the perfect occasion for that since I just got my last GM norm. And the quick answer to the question of the video is that you need not only 3 norms, but you need also the rating requirement. Later I will get more into that, basically about the requirements, what a GM norm means. But the main idea will be of this video is to explain a little about my experience and what helped me to achieve this great performance in this tournament. I would like to share with you the main take-backs I learned from this tournament, and obviously give you all kind of advices. I want this video to be more of a conversation than anything else. I didn't prepare much. I created a little presentation that I'll be sharing. I would definitely like to go over my games and tell you a little about my preparation and well, yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Let's go. So I actually recently created this is the Lichess link where you can see all my games. I played 11 rounds and I think will be good to go back to the beginning. So this is the title, right? Like, 3 GM Norm, still not a GM. How I earned my 3rd GM Norm and why the story is not finished. So this is a little about what I just said, right? Like you need 3 GM norms, but you also need to reach 2500 FIDE, and I'm 120 points from that mark. And well, what would it take me? Some people ask me this question, like if I am someone who knows, who can predict the future, right? How much would it take me to get the GM? And I'm still, it's definitely not an easy task to get there. And I have seen other players that are very strong, very talented, achieving more than 3 GM norms and still haven't reached the title, and because they haven't got the 2500 FIDE rating points. So I'm not sure. I'm very optimistic. I'm very excited, very motivated about what I just did, and I definitely feel in good shape, and I want to try it. I think this is my main mindset. I will try to keep my similar mindset, similar approach to the one I used or the one I had during my Continental Championships. And yeah, I would like to talk a little about that. I also created recently a little article on Lichess, which was called 9 Grandmasters in a Row, how I earned my 3rd GM norm. And I also explain a little about my mindset in every tournament. This is a little overview of the tournament. I entered as the 31 seed in the tournament, and I finished 7th. And there were 126 players in this tournament. It was played in Mexico, in Morelos, and yeah, my performance at the end of the event was 25.55. To achieve a GM norm, which is something I haven't explained, is basically playing in these big events where there are a lot of grandmasters, and you basically need different flags at the same time. It's a very important requirement. Even though the GM norm I achieved just before this one was in Cuba, 2023, if I'm not mistaken, and I didn't actually get enough flags, but in this special tournament, more than half of the players were title players. So there's like an exception. That was very fortunate, and I was able to get a norm, even though I play mostly Cubans in this tournament, so I didn't have enough flags. So there are all kind of requirements. I don't know if I'm probably missing something important, but pretty much that. And that's a little about that, right? Tournament stopped feeling like a normal event very quickly when I defeated the GM, I think in the round 4. We'll get into that. And these are the 9 GMs that I faced in a row. That was something I've never done before, and yeah, obviously feels pretty good. And more than that, I'm not here to just like talk about how good it was and how good was my play. Obviously I had a lot of mistakes and a lot of things to learn. There's more about sharing the experience and obviously giving useful advices. This is a little about like the momentum that I believe is very important, right? If you start the tournament losing a round, or like in the 2nd or 3rd round, I think is worse than losing a round in the round 8, right? Like it's better to, I think you have to put a lot of energy, intensity, even more effort in the beginning, because that would, if you had any problem, like if you have any defeat, I believe at the beginning of a tournament, it would affect a lot of your confidence. And I think at the end of the day, chess is very psychological, and the confidence is very important in these events. Sometimes it's better to be overconfident than being not very confident. So okay, this is a little about preparation. I definitely was paying attention to my energy, which I believe is something you have to prepare better before the tournament, with some workout and paying attention to your physical health. At the same time, obviously sleep, focus, emotions. I believe I was not very like what's the word, like I wasn't too emotive during the tournament, and I was like trying to be very neutral, which is I think how you should play a tournament. You can celebrate at the end of the event, but during the tournament it's better to stay focused, right? Just think about the next round. The preparation, I believe I was able to prepare very well to guess some of my opponent's moves before the round, and I believe that's very key. I gotta be honest with this point about opening preparation. I wasn't really too prepared before the event, so I guess I was like exploring a lot of ideas and obviously trying out different things in previous events. But in this tournament, I had like a lot of ideas, of a lot of like knowledge in certain lines, but not really deep knowledge. But I was able, because of the format of the event, the way the schedule of the event, I was able to prepare for more than an hour. So I was able to review ideas that I probably forgot or like I never knew. So learning new ideas during the event, preparing things that I didn't prepare before. And I also believe that's something key I was trying to achieve in this event, is I really wanted to play something that feels exciting to play in the match, like a little, most of the time there were surprises, but nothing crazy, but just something that I feel fresh during the event and that I feel definitely excited about playing. So I was trying to choose this, and my openings based on that pretty much. Okay, this is very important, right? It's a little about the psychology about these tournaments. It's very easy to fall into this psychological trap, which is basically thinking about norms, rating, standings, opponent's title, what if I lose, what if I win, like the result. Something I believe my coach in this event was paying a lot of attention to it, and he really hates when I say like, well, okay, if I win tomorrow, this and this will happen. No, you should try to focus on the present, basically, on the next move, on the next opponent, and just trying to play objective chess, try to play your best chess. And at the end of the day, I think thinking about all these things, we're just adding noise that we shouldn't. We need a lot of clarity. We need to be like very focused on the present in these events. And I wasn't really, I didn't come to this event with high expectations, to be honest, but I really wanted to obviously play my best. This is most of the times my approach, play my best chess, and well, at the same time, I really want to enjoy the games. I really want to obviously not lose, but I also had some confidence in myself because I've been like persevering, I have been consistent for the past like few months, few years. So I'm confident, but I'm not overthinking it. I just play chess. I think it's play the best I can, and then we'll see what happens, right? We have to analyze if we win, if we lose. It doesn't matter, but we should try to focus on the process, on the learning. I believe this is the key. It sounds a little bit cliche, but I think it's the truth. Okay, so it's a little about a personal section where I was I had to deal with something very big, and I think this is very interesting. Like you can see all of my rounds, right? There were 11 rounds, and I got my GM norm after defeating this guy. But basically between this day and this day, which is something very big what I'm about to say, but my mom passed away. My mom passed away is not is obviously a big deal, and I was obviously affected by that. Surprisingly, I was able to like control like any emotion. It was pretty tough, of course. This is my mom, and I was living with her for a long time, and yeah, without going too much into details, it's something I had to deal with, and I really wanted to achieve my norm. But basically, I lost my game right after that, after knowing my mom passed away, and then I still was very stable. I still really feel like I was able to defeat my next opponent, and I knew I still had chances for the norm. So and it happened, right? So the reason I'm sharing all this is to say that it represented something also bigger in this case, because I really wanted to like dedicate this to my mom, and yeah, I was very happy very blessed that I was able to got it in this specific scenario, which is not the nicest, of course, but it's part of life. Okay, so finally, I would like to talk a little about the games, probably about the games that I put here to not make this video too long. So I'm gonna be using these games. So this is pretty much about it. This is a little about my upcoming event in the Olympiad. It's a little, I'll be flying a little more than 15 days to Uzbekistan, and I'm not sure which sport I'm gonna be defending from my team, but yep, I'm ready for it, and I've been preparing. It's a great opportunity to gain some more rating points. And that's pretty much. So let's I think that's the end. So let's talk a little about my 4 games. I think would be interesting. And I mentioned, I explained here why they matter to me. So this is the first game, the fourth round, where I defeated Grandmaster from Cuba, Lelis Martinez. I also defeated him in a relatively strange game, very short game, like 15 moves or something crazy like that, in the very last previous event to this, in Mexico. And well, obviously I knew I could defeat him, but at the same time, it's not the point, right? You just need to play good chess, try to play something exciting. I think that was my goal. I never play I don't play e4 that much. I've been using it a little bit more, but especially against e5, I haven't played it too much. Like, I don't have too much experience, but I decided to go for it, and I prepared this idea with queen e2. It's just obviously not the most critical line. There is a specific line that would make this move seem like not that interesting. I think the lines are with d5, not necessarily here. It's a blunder, but I think at some point d5 is the most critical. But yeah, little by little I got into something that I felt it was fine. It was good, and I felt most of the time in control. I like what I did, even though there are some improvements. Queen d2 is not as good as bishop e3, but I feel like most of the time I was doing well. I really like the decisions around here. My opponent probably was playing a little too fast. I got a better endgame. Later on, I went on to win the game. I was always pressing a little bit. It wasn't perfect, of course, but I like the finish of this game. With rook g7, the point is, if he takes, I would not only take the rook back, but also, probably just take the rook back, but with this extra pawn, probably I can simplify it too. Imagine this position wherein I'm pretty sure that I was winning. These pawns are pretty bad, and I'm getting this pawn probably. So yeah, that's a little about this game, a little about the opening. I prepared this e4. I was excited also to play e5. I don't remember which idea I had against this. He also played, I think, sometimes modern. So I had some ideas, and I was definitely preparing for like 2 hours or a little less than 2 hours every game, sometimes even more. This is the next game again, round 8 against Juan Carlos Obregón, and it was a complicated game, but something I like about this is that I was able to guess the opening. In the previous game against knight c6, I played g3 against a Colombian GM. I defeated him. In this case, I decided to vary again. My main goal was to play something exciting. I don't like repeating the same line in the same event, so I thought e3 then. And then I just review a few ideas, but basically this was the main idea I knew, and my opponent fell into all this. I knew up to here, to be honest. But the next moves are relatively natural. My opponent also spent 25 minutes on this castle move that is relatively normal, but I understand the position was looking already very complicated. and I got some little initiative. There might be a critical moment around here where he messed up. He had a better move, but also the time is a big factor. And since my opponent wasn't that prepared, I think that affected him, affected his time, his confidence. All these things are related to opening preparation. So from the very beginning, I was blitzing out the moves. You can see my time. I was 1 hour 33, 34 at this point in the move 11, and obviously that's not nice to place against someone who knows all the moves. Yeah, the first at least 11 moves, and yeah, my opponent. I think that was a big part. Besides, like, apart from all the details that we can learn in this game, I believe the fact that I played this fast in the opening, my opponent is just a little bit more a little bit worse in the position. I had the bishop pair and I had some little pressure combined with the fact that I was ahead on the clock. I think makes things very, very good for me and very difficult for my opponent. That's a little about the game. So later he allowed it. Later the game was also a draw, I think, around here, but I saw a very nice tactic that I think I had to see how many moves I had. Just like 4 moves. I wanted to play king f3 because after check, king e4, bishop e4 takes, I have this important move, bishop e5, not pawn takes. That would be bad because my opponent would have this good move, and now he's fine and the position is a draw. Well, I thought it was a draw, but I have this winning move that is king e5. And now I can take in the next move, and my kings, I have rook here, and well, in this case this doesn't work because of this, but I have this idea with h4, and my opponent is with 1 minute, so the time was an important factor, and I think in all the games that was relevant too. This is the game, and I probably will leave it here. There's this last game against Sam Shankland, which is kind of one of my idols in chess, because I really like the way he structured his courses, the way he explained he plays chess as well, and his hard work in chess. Yeah, I was able to play against him, and I was very close to achieve a draw. If I defeated him, I would have become a GM immediately, which was crazy. And if with a draw, I will have become a second place in this event. So that didn't happen, but it was nice to have the possibility there. And yeah, that was a tough game. Okay, in this last game we're about to review, I needed to win, but I wasn't also too crazy. With a draw, I actually could have still achieved the GM norm, but it was a little harder because I needed to win my last game. But it wasn't. The option was still there, so my mindset was more like, okay, let's try to draw. Let's try to play solid, and let's try to. If my opponent gives me chances, of course I would try to win. If not, a draw is not the end of the world. So I was very, very early in the game. I decided to play b6. I didn't even prepare this move, I think, but I think I briefly saw it. But my opponent also never played knight f3. He always plays knight c3. So that was sort of a surprise for me. But then I surprised him back with b6. I'm pretty sure he prepared something on this. But yeah, I played b6, and then we got it. I think we were both improvising a little bit. But I was very happy with the position I got. It was fun to play. It's something strange. I don't think this has ever been played. At least in this master database is not there. So okay, the game was very complicated. I'm not gonna explain it all. I just want to mention that the opposite that happened in this game against Obregon, I was spending a lot of time, but my opponent also was spending a lot of time. But you can see h5, and then here take, and then it was the move 13, and already it was 12 minutes on the clock, which is it's not the most professional way of playing it. We need more time on the clock. We need to play a little faster, but I thought that I had something very good, and I didn't see it. My advantage was in the move 8, but I didn't see the combination. Later the game was pretty much balanced, and we were around here. We were below 5 minutes, basically, both of us. And then I made a little blunder, the first blunder of the game, but then my opponent blundered back, and I was back in business, and I ended up winning the game because of the complications. My opponent shows very good ambition, trying to win the game. He wasn't content with a draw, so I guess that's something important to recognize, to acknowledge. But at the same time, maybe it's not the most the most safe approach to take these decisions to play for a win in some positions where you have very little time on the clock. So I guess this is also a lesson for everyone, but sometimes we have to take risks. So he took the risk and it didn't work out for him well. So I got my norm. What's the next step? Obviously keep working hard, try to play any event and try to win some rating points. I definitely would like to see me getting the rate, see me achieving the title in like not more than 2 years, but yeah, we'll see. There's no time deadline, and I guess the most important is to keep enjoying the game, keep learning, and not getting too obsessed with rating, with titles, and just learn. I think this is the goal in life. And yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, you can all look at my blog, the one where I added. I'll show you real quick. Some other interesting notes, interesting like lessons from my event, and you can watch all the games. I would put the link somewhere in this YouTube video. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, and yeah, we'll be uploading more videos hopefully soon. My idea is also in this Uzbekistan tournament make a little video blog and upload it here, share my experience, and yeah, so stay tuned. Bye bye.